All right, good morning, good boys and girls. So again, we're going to move forward and we're going to talk. We've already talked about how we are going to read the question first, okay, right? If you have a story, if you have a story with questions, you have to read the questions before you read this article, okay? Look at Miss Buckle's nice circles. Okay, so just a little bit more in depth. We've read questions, right? We've read them. That's what we're practicing on. Oops, sorry. We are practicing on how to read the questions. But, what could we do before we read the questions to kind of get a feel about what we are reading about? I want you to think about that. What could we do to help us figure out what we're about to read about before we read the questions? Give it a moment. I'll give you a couple seconds. If you said read the title, you would be correct. Reading titles tells you what you're about to read about, boys and girls. Again, my voice is just deciding to act a little funky this morning. Titles. What is this book? What is this right here going to be about? It's going to be about this person named Dr. Seuss. And hopefully all of you know who Dr. Seuss is, especially if you went to kindergarten and first grade, because they love Dr. Seuss books. Dr. Seuss is a writer. He's a fantastic writer. Most of you probably know him or have read in some of his books. All right. Miss Buckle's going to erase this. So we know it's going to be about Dr. Seuss. Okay. So now let's read the questions. This passage tells us about Dr. Seuss's blank. Just looking over here, I could probably figure out what the answer is. But we always have to read this. Oh, sorry. Miss Buckle made a mistake. See, teachers make mistakes. You would have no idea what this passage is going to be about because you haven't read the passage. This is one of those questions you have to just read it all the way before you know how to answer this. So, move on. So I'm going to go over here and click on the next button. All right. Question number 2. We saw our reading about Dr. Seuss. Which of these is not real? Okay. I talked about that yesterday. We can figure out what's not real just because we know what's not real. Right here, that big N-O-T, not. Dr. Seuss's other name. Maybe. Teachers who read books. Well, I can tell you right now, Miss Buckle reads you a book every morning, so that's definitely not the answer. Some of Dr. Seuss's animals. Well, I know I've read a few of his books. Some of his animals are a little outrageous. A man who drew funny pictures. Well, no, that's a fact. He drew funny pictures. So did he have another name? Does he have make-believe animals? That is what you're going to have to figure out while you read. I'm going to go over here, press number 3. Dr. Seuss was a writer and blank. Looking over here at the options, I bet when we read this, as soon as we see that he's a writer and a teacher, artist, reader, here, as soon as we see any of these words, I bet that would be the right answer. I'm looking over here. Can you find any of those words? Teacher, artist, reader, parent? I'm looking over here. I can find one of those words. Somewhere in here. All right, I'm going to come over here. Press number 4. Which one is most like a Dr. Seuss title? You've read Dr. Seuss books. You know how silly they are. I bet you could already answer this question. Remember, Dr. Seuss likes to do rhyming words, right? He likes to do the cat in the hat, hop on top. He likes to rhyme. Wonder if any of these rhyme. Interesting. If you think you got all the right answers, that's when you would click submit. This is when you would click submit. Hopefully all of you are going to get a 4 out of 4 on this because you all can get a 4 out of 4 on this. Every single one of you. All right. If you get done early, you've already submitted it and you got plenty of time left, please read a book quietly, or you may work in your green folder.